The man is in charge of the woman. He is the head of hair and the owner of hair and the ruler. And he is the one who corrects her when she goes stray. That because لأن الرجال أفضل من النساء. It's Arabic and English. A man is better. The man in general is better than a woman. Not every man is better than every woman. But men in general, Allah exalts them. And this is the sunnah of Allah. Some people say this man is crazy. Now he's getting old, now he doesn't know what he's talking about. There is a problem, we need a new imam. You can't have a new imam. But I'm going with the old. Alaykum bil atiq. Stick with the original. Yeah, I know I'm in America, and also we have a freedom of speech. And this is what we believe. If you believe different from what Allah is saying, forget about all this kind of foreigner stuff. Okay? Allah said, Bima faddala. Faddala. This is the word. You go and look it in the dictionary, Arabic, English, Spanish, French. Faddala. Bima faddala Allahu ba'dahum ala ba'd. Because that Allah had exalt some over others. As a result of this, you find that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, ما أفلح قوم ولوا أمرهم امرأة. And this is part of wilayah. No nation that makes their governor a woman never can succeed. When the Prophet ﷺ saying that when one of you, his wife, asks permission to go to the mosque, not to prevent her from going to the mosque. That is telling a woman could not leave her house without asking the approval of her husband. Even to the best of places and for the best of action, which is salah and okay. What are you going to say when the Prophet ﷺ said, لا نكاح إلا بولي? There is no marriage accepted in Islam without a guardian. And he made it clear in other hadith, a woman could not give woman in marriage. Even if your own daughter, it has to be the father. If the father is dead, the brother, if the brother is dead, there is other people there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or his prophet had named them. A woman is not supposed to welcome anybody or to permit anybody in her house without her husband's approval. Brothers and sisters, these things in the deen, in the books of hadith, in the Quran. I'm not making it up. Yes, I know I live in America. Yes, I know. And I know I have the right of speech, and I'm speaking what I believe and not what I think. A woman could not travel without a mahram, not with a male member. It has to be a mahram. That means a man that could not marry him under any condition. Her father, her son, her brother. Fear Allah in women. Be just, be fair, be kind, be gentle, be all these good things. That because women as a prisoners in your hands or in your house, in captivity, she are in a form of captivity, awan. She is asira. This is the term, awan al-indam. Does not mean to mistreat them. Because we Muslims, we don't even mistreat the captive. Neither we mistreat a cat or a dog. How I can determine that my wife is righteous or not righteous is according to her behavior, the way how she's acting, the way how she's behaving. And this been summarized in about 4 or 5 qualities. Number 1, the Prophet ﷺ describes the righteous woman to be in amaraha ata'at. If he command her, she will obey him. If he command her. And I want little bit to think about the word that came in the hadith. إِذَا أَمَرَهَا. Order here. Because some wives, they said, don't talk to me like this. I'm not your slave. What do you think who you are? But doesn't matter. If he order you or he say excuse me or please, is not giving you excuse that you be disobedient. Even if he order you, yes sir, we say it to the kafir. Some of you do this or not? Yes sir, yes ma'am. Is it? Why? You know that he or she is kafir. And you know he hates the guts, is it? But anything, yes sir, yes ma'am. Why? The check. Mr. Green, okay? Because you know, when you say, start sucking your teeth, and roll your eyes, and looking up and down, to this woman, which is your boss in the job, or this man, which is your boss in the job, say, excuse me, did he say something? No, sir, no, I didn't say anything, sir. Huh? Why? Because you know the value of the dollar. Is it, Mr. Green? You know the value of the dollar as a result of you're going to say what? Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And whatever you've been ordered, you will do it. A wise woman, a righteous woman, she will think about the green, the Jannah, the paradise, which Allah had promised, and which is much, much greater than a dollar, is it? And for the sake of Jannah, she will say, yes, sir, yes, husband, yes, my beloved, yes. You don't like the way how he said it. We are not saying, neither we are teaching the brothers to misbehave with their wives. But let's assume the worst scenario that he ordered here. What she's supposed to do? Obey. As long as your husband is not commanding you something haram, neither he asks you to do something beyond your ability as a human being, do it, or at least what? Try to do it. إِذَا نَظَرَ إِلَيْهَا سَرَّتْ. When he looks at her, it will please him. She will please him. A woman should know better than us how she can be pleasing to her husband. All right? And doesn't need $1,000 every other month to look nice to your husband. It doesn't need a closet full with clothes from wall to wall to please your husband. A woman knows how to please a man. She don't need to go to Harvard University for this. All right? She don't need encyclopedia or the Border magazine or a fashion magazine. She don't need anything because she's a female by her own nature. All what she needs, 5 o'clock, you know, half an hour before your time, come back home. She will jump in the shower for 5 minutes, take this garment, dress that she have, that smell onions and garlic and all kind of stuff, and throw another thing on her. She will take a hairbrush for 1 minute and do it like this, and this it. Putting a smile in her face when she opens the door for her husband. Welcoming him, making him feel home when he comes. Only by looking at her, it will please him. The Prophet ﷺ, he advised us that marry a woman that is virgin. marry a virgin, that because her rahim, her womb is much cleaner, never carry a baby before. She didn't have what you call miscarriage. She didn't have abortion before. She didn't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, all this foolishness. She don't know anything like this. It's a clean bottle, nothing been storage in it before, okay? Her mouth and her breath much better. And she doesn't know too much about tricks and playing games. And she will be content with the little bit you give her. But somebody who been married or been with a boyfriend and went through all this high school business and she tries this and that, she already been around, like they say. From the quality of a righteous woman, a woman who can provide you with the children. And some of the people say, how am I going to know that my wife is going to give her children or not? And some of the scholars explain this. You can know this by knowing something about the history of the family. If she has sisters that have been married already, or her mother, how many children, you ask her when you interview her, how many brothers do you have, how many sisters do you have? Because it's one of the purpose of marriage, okay? You want to increase the number of the ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the number of those people who glorify the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make salah. A man gave his daughter in marriage, or he wanted his daughter to get married, and she refused. So he took her to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, my daughter refused to get married, and I want her to marry. He said, obey your father. He said, I swear by the one who sent you with the truth, I'm not going to marry until you tell me the right of the husband over the wife. I'm not getting into something I don't know what does it take. Okay? Tell me first, O Prophet of Allah, the right of a husband over his wife. So he told her that the right of a husband over the right of a husband over his wife, if that she have a wound and a bust and blood coming out of it, and she clean it by licking it by her tongue, she is not going to fulfill the right of her husband over her. Did anybody hear this? Scary. I said, Alhamdulillah, I'm a man. That I'm not a wife, I'm not a woman. I'll be scared to get married. If his nose bleeding, a mucus and all kind of stuff coming out of it, and she lick it with her tongue, she is not going to fulfill his right over her. The Prophet ﷺ said, when a man invite his wife to his bed and she refuses and he spends the night angry at her, as a result of this, that the angels of Allah will be cursing her until the morning. So a righteous woman makes herself always available for her husband, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made her to be a means and protection to keep him from going to the haram. One last thing I want to say, that also a righteous woman allow her husband to be the manager, the charge, the boss, whatever you want to call it. Because Allah said, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men are in charge of women. So a woman has to allow her husband to be the final maker of a decision in the house, and she has to she can give her opinion or what she thinks, but she has to understand